Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this session in the web design online course. And we're actually looking at how to buy a domain name and web hosting. So we have come quite far in our course, and today we want to look at the practical aspect of this course, and we want to buy a domain name and want to buy web hosting. So join me as we delve into this lecture. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Mr. Wata Jeremiah, and this course is brought to you courtesy of Shumba Training Center. So join me on the other side as we get started in the lecture for today. All right, so thank you very much. Here we are on my Google Chrome. You can see what is on the screen, I'm sure. So as I indicated earlier on in the class, I did mention that the hosting platform that we shall make use of is Namecheap. So I did indicate to you that Namecheap has the best customer service. Then they have the best services as far as hosting of websites is concerned. Apart from that, Namecheap is also reliable when it comes to domain selling and registration. So right about now, I'm going to go over to the Namecheap dashboard. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to click on a link which I'm going to share with you in the class. So that particular link, when you just click on it, or just copy it and then you come and paste it on the address bar here or the URL. So just come and delete this and then paste the link. Okay, so that is the link that I'm going to share with you this link. Just hit enter, then Namecheap, the dashboard for Namecheap is going to pop up. Then we can begin our journey of domain name registration and web hosting purchasing. So here is Namecheap, and the dashboard is actually loading. So very soon we should be able to see something right here displayed. All right, so it's loading. Let's just give it a moment as it is loading so that we can be able to purchase our domain name. All right. Okay, so here we are, and this is the dashboard for Namecheap. When you just scroll down here, you can see search for a domain name. So here you can enter any domain name of your choice and you'll be able to search. Now, I did mention to you earlier on in the class that it is not possible for two domain names to exist, for two websites to have the same domain name. So let me just show you what this means. So right about now, I'm going to search for Shumba Training. Okay, so trainingcenter.com. Let me see if this particular domain name is available for registration. So shumbatrainingcenter.com, then I hit on search. Then Namecheap is going to go through their database and they're going to display, they're going to give a report whether or not Shumba Training Center is available for registration. Now, you and I know that Shumba Training Center is a website that we use, and it's not possible or it's not available for registration by third parties. So we are going to wait for a response from Namecheap. All right, so here we are. So shumbatrainingcenter.com is already taken. All right, so when you come over to this I, small letter I here, just hover here, you can see that there's some messages coming here. So when you come to the taken one here, it's saying the domain name has already been registered. However, you can make an offer to the current owner to see if they are willing to sell it. Remember what I told you about reselling domain names in the class? This is what it means. So if you feel that shumbatrainingcenter.com, you can buy it, then you can come over and make an offer here. Then the offer is going to be brought to the owner of this domain. Then you can actually buy it from them. Okay, so that is known as the domain stacking. So you can buy a lot of domains and stack them with you there, and then you can actually make sales of the same domains. This is what is known as the domain stacking. Okay, so since shumbatrainingcenter.com is already taken, down here when you scroll down, you can see some suggestions, some suggested results. You can see shumbatrainingcenter.careers. It is available. You can register it at $23.48 per year. Then there's also Shumba Training Center, Shumba Training Center.training. It is also available. Then .net is available. .org.ai. So I'm sure you know what these mean. Okay, you know the AI, the ORG, the net, the training, the careers, and all these things. You know what each one of these mean. I did explain to you in the class. So, like I mentioned, if you have a different extension here or a different top level domain here, you can actually have the same second level domain, which is Shumba Training Center, then .com, you can have another top level domain here. So you can see all these are suggestions here. Okay, so now that I just showed you that this is not available, what do? You can actually cancel this and then you do another search. Okay, you can do another search here. So right about now, I'm going to search for a domain that I'm actually buying for a client right now as I'm doing this training. So I'm doing a web design for a client, and then that's the name I'm going to search right here. So right about now, I'm going to erase this. Then I put the domain name for that particular client. All right, so this is what I'm going to do now. Okay, so according to this client that I'm dealing with right now, the domain name which they suggested is as follows. And then we have S, then we have Berg, like that, then data, like that. So we have Pittsburgh data, then we have .com. So pittsburghdata.com. This is the domain name which this particular client suggested to me that they need. All right, so this is one thing I have to mention to you, that in case you want to start making money with this skill of web design, the first thing that you need to ask from the client is, what is your domain name? What is your suggested domain name? Then you have to come over here and search it. If it's available, tell the client that it's available, and you can go ahead and register. But if it's not, you should get back to the client and tell them that the client, or rather the domain, is already taken, and they can suggest another domain. All right. So here we have this one, pittsburghdata.com. So here are the things that we can do. So first of all, we have this domain which is going at $7.98 per year, right? And then the retail price is $13.98 per year. So what you have to do here is, if you want to find out what this means, the back in business, just come here and then you get this, you read this instruction here. Okay, so I'm going to add this to cart, right? I've added it to cart. Okay, so that's the first thing you do. After you add it to cart, then you proceed. Okay, so you can see our cart has been filled with one item costing about $8.16 dollars. Right, so we can have an option of checking out or view item. Okay, so down here we have some features which I was explaining to you. Now the first feature here is SSL, and right now you know what SSL is, and you have a very clear understanding of what this is. So it is very, very important. Don't even think about leaving it out. So go ahead and add it to cart, right? So once you add it to cart, our cart will be updated here with a new information. So it's adding to cart. Okay, it's adding to cart. Then down here we have the next one, which is WordPress hosting. You don't have to worry about this. Our website can have a different content management system. So we're not going to include this one, because once you include this one, it means that the domain is only going to be working on WordPress, but we want it to be available for any kind of CMS. So we don't add this one to cart. We look at the next one, which is web hosting. Okay, so web hosting, it is very, very important. We definitely need this. If you don't include this one, you're only going to get the domain name, you're not going to get the hosting. It means you have to look for a different platform to do your hosting. But in our case, we want to host with Namecheap. So you come here and click on web hosting. So you click on web hosting, you add it to cart as well, right? You add it to cart as well. Okay, so we have the domain name, it has been added. We have SSL, which costs about $4.98 per year. It has also been added. Then we have web hosting, which is about $17.76 per year. Then it has been added. Then that's our items are 3 now. Then the price is $30.90. Then again, on the web hosting here, we have website builder included. This is very interesting and it's only exclusive for Namecheap customers. So you're going to see what this one means within the course of this training. So this one can host up to 3 websites, enjoy 20 GB of storage with free website builder, cPanel, and WordPress. So these are the features that come with the web hosting right here. Okay, what else do we need? Social media manager. If you want to have a manager that's going to do your social media, you can add this one. It comes for a free trial, but afterwards they will begin to charge you some money, which is not so much. But for now, I'm going to leave it out, not important for now. Then we have VPN. If your website is going to be browsing in VPN, you can also add this one, but for now, I will leave it out. Then we have the business email. All right, the business email, this is going to allow you to have your own customized email. So you're going to have things like maybe sales at pittsburghdata.com. You can also have things like customer relations at pittsburghdata.com. So this is the business email. If you want to find out more, just hover your mouse over this little eye pointing up. Then you're going to read saying, get a fast, secure, and reliable email system designed for all your personal and business needs. This is going to be free for the first 2 months. Afterwards, they're going to charge you, but they can charge you a very small fee. Don't have to worry about it. If you want to read more about what this means, you can click on this link, which says learn more. Then you're going to find out. But for me, since I already know what this is, I'm just going to straight away add it to my cart. All right, and then you're going to see that our cart is going to be updated. It's still 30.90 because for now it's a free trial, the email, the business email. Then we have premium DNS, all right? Premium DNS, this is going to say boost your DNS performance with our 30 plus unicast servers. Get 100% DNS uptime and DDoS protection. So don't worry about all these things. But the bottom line is that DNS simply means domain name system. It is a system that enables browsers to use IP addresses instead of names. For instance, here you can put namecheap.com. This is the domain name for this website. But as far as browsers are concerned, they use numbers instead of names. So DNS simply means that it's a link between the language of browsers and computers of IP addresses and the language that we can understand, which is the domain names. So we need this one. Very, very important. So what you do is you add it to cart as well. Okay, so how many items do we have now? We have 5 items costing 33.88 US dollars. Then we have the review manager. Don't worry about it for now. Although it's free trial, they will be charging you afterwards, but don't worry about it for now. We can leave it out. Okay, so this is what we have. I think that's all for now. Then what you do now is once you put all these things, you click on check out. So just make sure that you have confirmed the items that you need are all here. If there's anything else that you need, you can come back here and add it, or you can also remove it from cart from here. So you click on check out. Then what's going to happen is the checkout page is going to load. Then with your items or the things that you have purchased are going to come here. So here we are now. We have subtotal of 33.88 US dollars. Then we have domain registration for 1 year. Now, if you want, you can turn on this one for auto renewal. Okay, that means after 1 year, the Namecheap site is going to automatically charge your card, and then your domain will be registered for more years. All right, so this is a domain registration for 1 year, and then this is what we have. Okay, and then we have privacy and uptime protection. We have DNS here, domain privacy here. Okay, and then we have premium DNS. Now, domain privacy, what does this mean? Okay, so this means that if you want to be protected against some people searching for details on a platform known as whois.com. So before we proceed here, I'm going to talk about Whois. But before I look at Whois, I just want to finish up the list here. So we have domain privacy here. You enable it. If you want, you can turn on the auto renewal. or premium DNS, you can also do the same. Then we scroll down, we're just confirming what we ordered. Then we have Stellar, which is the hosting. Then the server is going to be in the US, that is the US data center. Then the hosting is for 1 year. You can also do the auto renewal. Then you also have Pro email. It's going to come with 3 email inboxes. Okay, so it's going to be for 2 months. After 2 months, they're going to start charging you. Then after that, we have positive SSL, which is for 1 year. So each of these, you can change the duration if you want. So for example, this one, you can put 1 year. All right, then positive SSL, you can also put a different number of years here. If you want 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and so on and so forth. So all these, you can change the duration. Then once you are done confirming everything, you click on confirm order. Now, before I click on confirm order, I'm going to explain what domain privacy means. So right about now, before I proceed from this, let me open a different tab on the Chrome browser. Then I type whois. Okay, so whois.com. So whois.com is a website that searches for information about the domains, and then it gives information about when the domain was registered, and to who registered it, and all those things. So that is the whois.com. So as it is loading, I'm going to mention something concerning this one. If you have seen some online offers or websites that offer some money somewhere, just come here and search for them and see when that particular website was registered, because a legitimate website is going to be registered for a certain period of time, maybe 5 years, 2 years. But if you can see that the website is new, it was just recently registered, then you have to be very suspicious that probably they want to steal money from people. So this is the whois.com platform, which is loading. Okay, so we're going to give it a moment as it is loading. Okay, so here we have, it has opened. So here you can search for the domains here. Now, you don't search from here on this search bar right here. Instead, you come over to this one here on top. So you search for a domain here. You enter the domain name, then you click on whois. For example, let's search for Google. Okay, let's search for google.com. So this is one of the domains, and you click on whois. Okay, so we want to find out information about the Google domain. So here we have the domain is google.com, and the registrar is Mac Monitor Incorporation. It was registered on 15 September 1997, and it is going to expire on 13 September 2028. So you can see that google.com is a very legitimate domain, because all this period has been existing, it has been registered. So this is what I mean when I say domain privacy. So you can see all these things are saying prohibited, prohibited, prohibited. This is what I mean by saying domain privacy. So you can come here and check the information about this particular website, and they're going to give you, but this part which is saying prohibited, prohibited, this is the privacy that I meant when I said domain privacy here. So this is going to allow you, okay, if you click on the drop down, so I'm saying privacy protection service that hides your personal info in the public whois database, keeps your data safe and helps you to avoid spam. Okay, so that is the domain privacy. By the way, the domain privacy is $0, so it's free forever. So don't worry about the price for this one. Okay, so after you confirm, I'm sure you are clear on the domain privacy. After we are clear on everything, we can come on it. So our total budget is $60.76. Now, why is the subtotal, why is it increased? Because we increased the email here, all right? We increased the email here. So if you click on it, 2 months, it is going to update to the earlier budget, which is $33.88 US. All right, so you can either put for a year here, or you can just leave it like that, because for the first 2 months, it's going to be free, and it's going to be on free trial. Then in case you put on 1 year, you see that it's going to be $26.88 per year. All right, so let me just put it at 2 months for now, for the sake of demonstration in this class. So now, after you do that, just click on confirm order, right? Once you click on confirm order, then a page for checking out is going to pop up. So first of all, before you check out, you have to create an account. So you come here and create an account. If you have an account already, you log in, just put your username and password here. But if you don't have, you have to come and put your details right here. Okay, so you put your details right here. We have username, passwords, what and what. You can put your details. Then you click on create account and continue. All right, so that's what I'm going to do just now. Okay, so we have set up our account. Then we have set up the payment account here on the setup, and then now we are on the billing. So here, this is why now you need to put in the payment details or the payment method for the order that you have placed, which is 33.88 US dollars for pittsburghdata.com, which is 1 year registration. Then the ICANN fee is $0.18, and this is the more like the body that registers all the domains, the ICANN fee. All right, so here we have to put in our payment details. If you are adding a card, so click on add new card, then the name on the card number, then you put the default use default account. Then we have PayPal or account funds. Then you can confirm everything here. Okay, so we have, if you want to renew a Stella, automatic renew, all these things, then you are going to click on continue. So if you want, you can save the configuration above to my default payment settings. So we'll save this information for future use. So if you check this one, it means the next time you want to purchase anything on Namecheap, they will use this same information that you are going to put here. Now, I'm not going to put anything here because for security purposes, I'm going to pause the video so that I fill this form here with my information. All right, so having filled in all the required information, you can click on continue. Then we are going to have our things set up. Then we can get started with our domain. So the payment is being processed and we can get started with our domain. Okay, so having moved all the steps, you have to come and click on I have read and agreed to all Namecheap's terms of service and agreements. So you check this, then you come on, you click on pay now. Okay, so the order is being placed with the payment methods that we supplied. All right. So an authorization is being sent to my mobile. Okay, so this page comes saying thank you for your order. So it means our payment has been accepted. So we have this page that is asking us to rate the overall experience. So basically the experience has been really good. Then, so how likely are you to recommend Namecheap to your friends, family, and colleagues? Okay, so you put 10, most likely. Then you click on next. Okay, so thank you so much for answering. If you are inclined, would love if you'd add some comments on why you scored us. Okay, so would you like us to follow up with you? Okay, so for now, let's leave it at no. Then you click on go. So we have our domain purchase. Now what's next now? Okay. Okay, so we have confirmed everything here. So the next steps is to set up your DNS, get your website up, and set up your email. So we click on setting up our DNS. We click on get started so that we set up our DNS. All right. So I've already explained what DNS is, and I'm sure you understand what it means. Okay, so this is our DNS and then everything else. So now what needs to be done now is we need to access our cPanel. Okay, so we need to access our cPanel. Now, what is a cPanel? It is the control panel where we control everything to do with our domain that we just purchased. So I'm going to explain more about the cPanel in a little while. Okay, so here, this is our Namecheap dashboard, and I'm sure you can see this. When you look to the left, you can see here, you can see a list of items that we ordered. So we have the dashboard, we have expiring or expired. On this one, you're going to see all the things that are going to expire soon or those that have expired. Then you have domain list, which lists the domain that you have bought. Then we have the hosting list, and then we have private email, okay, private email. Then we have SSL certificates. We have a lot of other things here. So now what needs to be done now is for us to log into our cPanel so that we get started with our web design. Okay, so what we do next is, since we have to log in to our cPanel, we just come over here on the domain here, then just select everything here, the entire domain name, and then you copy it, and then you open a different tab, then just paste it like that. Then you put /cPanel, okay, /cPanel, then you click on enter. Okay, so the domain pittsburghdata.com/cPanel is loading. So this is going to allow us to log in to the cPanel of this website or this domain that we have bought. So on the cPanel, this is what now we need to do. We can put in a lot of information. So here, we can put our username here and our password. So where do we get these? The username and the password, we are going to get them from our email. So we got your email, you check the email inbox, then you get the username and the password to your cPanel, you come and paste them here, and then you log in. So that I'm going to do just that in a moment. Okay, so finally we have logged in to our cPanel. Here, this is where we can begin our journey of web design. So just a quick word, the cPanel is more like the control room where everything happens regarding the website. So if you have to change anything or if you have to put anything on the website, you do it on the cPanel. It is more like the control room or the behind the scenes of any website. So here, this is where we're going to begin our journey of web design. All right. So this has been the process of purchasing the domain name and web hosting. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Now, I did indicate to you in the class that those who may not have the money to buy the domain just now, you don't have to worry. I'm going to show you a trick that you can use in the next lecture. But for now, those who have the money, please go ahead and purchase the domain so that you have the freedom and the full customization freedom, and so that you can enjoy the benefits of this class, because this is going to be fully packed. We have a lot of things that we are going to offload to you in this class. So thank you very much. Just prepare your money to buy the domain and to buy the hosting so that we move at the same pace. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Mr. Wata Jeremiah, and this is shumbatrainingcenter.com. I'm going to see you in the next video as we continue in our course. So this has been how to buy a domain name and web hosting. And specifically, in summary, I indicated that we use namecheap.com to do all our web business related activities. So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video as we discuss more about this particular course.